couple of years ago, I started writing, and one of the projects that resulted from that was this, a novel called Top Rankings, Chronicle of the Origin of Badness in Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica have a little crime problem, and we can be a little over the top. And so I chose to trace the history of all this violence culture, and in the process attempted to tell the story through the eyes and experiences of three main characters. One was a young policeman who became a corporal in the police, and who in real life became a big shot police officer. Called him Corporal Gardner. The second character was one of the baddest men who ever walked the streets of Kingston, a man I call him Copper Shot in the book. And a third man who was one of the major enforcers in Western Kingston, in a particular inner city community, who I called Mr. Mashup. Top Rankings brought all three characters together, and it traced the violence culture from as far back as the 1960s right up to 1989, when we basically became in Jamaica a narco port for hard drugs coming out of Colombia. The story looked at Jamaicans in their environment. It looked at how Jamaicans coped with some of the crime and violence, but more importantly, it shone a light on the origin of this malady, and in order to understand why we do some of the things that we do, Top Rankings pointed in that direction. A great little read. It looked at the culture, the music. It looked at some of the negative issues, but most importantly, it also focused on some of the positives. In fact, a lot of the positives. And it also showed that if we made an effort, we can deal with this crime problem. But first, we need to understand where it comes from and how we're going to tackle it before we attempt to throw more guns and bullets and police car and police vests. It also showed that deep down, Jamaicans care. Read it. Check out Amazon.com. You can get a download copy. It's available on Kindle. It's available in paperback. And it's also available in a couple of bookstores in Kingston, Jamaica. Bookland, there's a store in Portmore where you should be able to get a copy. Read it. Great read.